Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Hope you're all doing very well. I'm joined by Bernardine from the Citizen channel, and this is our day after review show. Can you see that? I mean, see that badge? See that badge?
We're still stuck on.
It's still there. It's still there. We're world champions, mate.
I mean, I know you had problems, didn't you? But I've seen other people on social media say it just peels off.
Yeah. Well, it says we're world champions, but I tell you what, mate, it didn't look like it yesterday. I'm going to rattle off some questions to you, mate.
Go on.
City drew
I'm
one.
Pep. I'm Pep. I'll be Pep.
Oh no, if you're Pep, I'll be throttling you, mate. I'll be throttling you. Okay. Did the game live up to the hype? Was it a cracking game?
I thought it was a cracking game from a neutral's point of view. I thought for Arsenal fans and neutral fans, I thought it had everything. It wasn't the prettiest football at times, but I just thought it was a blood and thunder thing, wasn't it? It's like a cup game at times.
Yeah. It was end-to-end stuff, mate. It's not what you'd expect from City versus City playing against Liverpool. So yeah, I think the game certainly lived up to the hype. It certainly got us on the edge of our seats. I was nervous all the way through. I was wearing my lucky shirt, so I knew we weren't going to lose. But yeah, if that's the last time that Klopp and Pep faced off in the Premier League, is that a fitting finale?
Yeah, why not? Why not? From entertainment point of view, not from obviously he won't be happy with overall, and I don't think Pep can be too. I think Pep can be happier, but I don't think he'll be too happy how it panned out, and he's perhaps made a couple of rash decisions that he took a chance on certainly one player that didn't work, and he took a chance on another player that sort of worked okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get down to that then. I know you want to talk about that. Were you happy with the starting 11? How about that?
I didn't mind Akanji. I thought he's probably earned his spot last couple of games, but obviously Diaz for me had been our team every time, so it was a bit disappointing on that front. But I could understand it. I was glad Gvardiol didn't suddenly appear. That's one benefit. But you know, when we talked, we needed Kovacic in there, didn't we? We needed that, and we knew the player that wasn't going to do it for us was Alvarez, and it was proven right. I mean, he had an awful game. I think he started quite well actually. I was quite impressed first 5 I think we started well ourselves, didn't we? We took a bit of control the first 5 or 10 minutes. It wasn't to last, of course. And I thought Alvarez played quite well, and then all of a sudden he just couldn't hold the ball. It was absolutely everything. He got it nicked off him. He played it to the wrong person. And of course, we saw it's all right. We saw when Kovacic come on, a bit more control we had, but I wouldn't have been taking KDB off. I would have been pulling off that big bloke up front off. To be honest with you, I would have played a false 9 and pulled him off for that last 20 minutes because all Doku did as well was defensively. He's going to offer us now. He's going to offer us not, and that's obviously very nearly cost us defensively. But I didn't mind that. I didn't mind Doku coming on, but I just thought Haaland was. I don't know why he was on the pitch. He just, no doubt, he tried. I've no doubt about that. I had one good chance, but I thought substitution-wise, Pep got it wrong with the starting 11. I think he got it slightly wrong on his substitutions as well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Well, I agree with you on the starting 11. Alvarez, I didn't think he was going to do enough for us. He looked bright, but the quality wasn't there. I see, the thing about Alvarez, I've said it before, I think he's a lucky player. He gets in right places in the right times, in the right clubs, playing for the right country, and he's won a shed load of trophies. But sometimes I just think the quality isn't what you want. Is not consistent enough. But Haaland did nothing. Haaland, he did absolutely. You've got to be honest. He didn't get much service. Service is what he thrives on. But he's also got to make things happen a little bit. That run he had against Virgil van Dijk, maybe he could have done better.
Simon Precossi summed it up, but he was saying it in a positive way, though. But I think no, it's a negative. He was saying he kept Van Dijk occupied. Me and you could have kept Van Dijk occupied, mate. Anyone, all right. I did say 30 odd years ago, I might have, not so much now. No. But if that's all he achieved on the day, then what a waste of time.
Bajowski's talking about it out of his Bajak side. because let's be honest. Van Dijk was still spraying that ball around. Van Dijk wasn't going to run up the pitch and start, playing centre forward. So he didn't keep him quiet. Van Dijk played his position.
Yeah, he played very well, I thought. Apart from that one chance when he got past him a little bit, I thought he had a good game, Van Dijk.
No, I think he did all right. You can't, you certainly can't knock him. I think he had a good game, and he kept Haaland quiet, pretty much. And he's he saved them a couple of times. But yeah, Alvarez didn't do it for me. Doku, he did it and he didn't. He ain't going to hold the ball on for long enough. We said,
Doku was the right shout, but obviously you've got to know. At the end of the day, I think we were hanging on. I think it was if Pep thought he was going to win us the game, he nearly did.
Yeah,
it nearly worked, but obviously, I think they had obviously towards the end they were going to look more like scoring than we ever did.
I can understand a little bit in the Doku because you want him to be a release. We didn't have a release. Yeah. Haaland can't keep the ball. He couldn't, and we had no way to
weren't playing out from the back. There was the press of Liverpool was fantastic. We couldn't do any, and this has happened at Anfield before, even when we've had better teams than what we've got now. And it always happens. Our accuracy, pass accuracy, plummets to the low 80s from the low 90s, and it always happens at Anfield because of the pressure they put us under, the press they put us under. Of course, once Ortega comes on, I'm sure we'll talk about old Edison in a minute and Aki, but it's a song that, isn't it, mate? Edison and Aki. Yeah, we might have to change the words, I think. But once Ortega came on, at least with Edison, he can ping it long. Yeah. But the trouble is, who's holding it up? Haaland wasn't holding the ball. Well, so the thing is, we pinged it long, we lost it.
Well, that was the thing. Doku's great for pinging it because he can run onto it, but Edison wasn't on the pitch then, and Ortega doesn't do that.
Ortega just plays it along the floor. He doesn't get any height on it, so he's having to bypass players on the floor.
Look, I think a lot of that game was the pressure Liverpool put us under. Yeah, that's what
I thought. Liverpool were excellent. They're not, considering key players they got out or coming back. I thought they were excellent yesterday. I can honestly see why they bury teams with Klopp doesn't change it much, does he? His tactics are very, very simple. He doesn't evolve like Pep's trying to evolve every season. But yeah, I thought they were tremendous, Liverpool. At this point in time, with 10 games left, I'll be very surprised if we win this title now.
Yeah.
With Arsenal as well.
Yeah. The thing is, Liverpool on another day batter us. Diaz missed chances. Yeah, they had so many. If we're honest,
Nunez. I know he's been getting rave reviews recently, hasn't he? But he was absolutely useless. Nunez.
But that's it. If Liverpool, honestly, you look back at that day and Liverpool scored 4 or 5, we couldn't have complained.
No,
and we should have got more goals. But
it could have been 5-3, 5-4, so it could have been a tight game. But
but I think first half we were okay. When we
had more control. But the second half, it was a bit like second half against Bournemouth, was it? Where we were pathetic. Yeah. Second half against Villa, we were pathetic.
That was all. But there's a reason. There's a reason that Liverpool got that head of steam, and that was Ake and Edison. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say some people blame Ake. Some people put more blame on Edison as well. I said the blame is mixed.
Yeah.
It was a team thing yesterday, where we were holding onto the ball for fractions of a second too long. That draws your opponents to you, but it's taking a risk. And Ake, I think, we knew he was going to pass it back to Edison. You knew that. Why didn't you just do it straight away? Yes, you're going to draw the player onto you by holding it for that fraction of a second longer, but this is a negative outcome. So Ake is at fault mainly, but Edison's at fault, in my opinion, as well, because there's no need to give the referee the option to give a penalty. If the guy's going past you, Edison was lucky. He could have been sent off.
Yeah.
Okay. He could have been sent off and they could still have had a penalty. And I think we get pumped then. He should have the guy had gone wide. Stand up. Okay. Stand up to him and make him score. Make him shoot from a wide angle, make him score. And if he scores, it's 1-1. You're still on the pitch and you're not injured, mate. Everything would have worked. But How much blame do you apportion to Ake? How much blame do you apportion to Ederson? And was there a whole malaise? Because I don't think it's just those two. There's a malaise around our team in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to. It's just the basics of football, mate, and keep it tight for 10 minutes at the start, before half time, and after half time. And of course, Ake, as you said, held on for it too long. I would say 60-40, Ake 60%, Ederson 40%. Because when he played that back, I thought Ederson was going to get to it.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to reach it. Now, I'm only looking from my point of view. As a goalkeeper, I wouldn't have gone with my feet. I would have gone with my hand. I would have gone as a dive for that. I wouldn't have gone because you're quicker. It would have been quicker to get there with leading hands and with his feet.
Yeah.
So that was a big mistake from Ederson. But I do worry about Ederson at places like Anfield because it's the sort of atmosphere and the sort of game where he can throw these wobblers, and unfortunately he did it again. All right, you think of the Champions League final, he pulled us out of the mire towards the end, but there was a couple of little shaky things at the start. Ederson has to get into a game, and just after half time, he probably hadn't mentally got into it again. So poor from Ake, very poor from Ake, but Ederson should have done better. So 60-40, I think they were both at fault, but probably slightly more Ake because
I think
we know what Ederson's going to use his feet if he can. It's as simple as that. He's not, he's not bad at actually diving at people's feet. He's done it. He's capable of doing it, but he made the wrong decision. Simple as that.
Now that I think about it, I agree with you. If you'd gone with his hands, with your hands,
it's instinct. I mean, that's my, and he does that. He has done that in the past. He's very good at doing that. So I was a bit disappointed that he didn't, because it might have been the same thing. He might have ended up giving a penalty, but it would have been the logical thing. It might not have mattered so much. But I don't know what the middle was looking like. Of course, also as a goalkeeper, you've got to think this guy's going to push it past me, but will he get to it? And that's and obviously he doesn't think fast enough sometimes, Ederson. He's just too bull in the china shop. So that's the other thing. So personally, I'm not on Ederson's level. Of course, I'm not. But as a goalkeeper, I thought that was crying out for a diving save rather than a foot save.
Well, when I think of this is what I'm trying to work out. If you want to clear it with your feet, you've got to pull your foot back. That takes time. That takes a fraction of a second. If you want to dive, you're coming running out. And
I think if he dived, he would have got to that before Nunes.
I think you probably got a little bit more time to get there with your dive. But
it has to be instinct, and I think Ederson's instinct is to use his bloody feet, and that cost us, of course.
It cost us. But let's be honest, okay? As soon as Liverpool got that goal, they battered us. That
was it, mate. I mean, my heart was beating 10 to the dozen. I thought we're not going to last 40 minutes here. Not a cat in hell's chance.
I couldn't believe some of the way we played.
Then look what happened. We started losing it. Bernardo lost it. Yeah. I mean, at that stage, the captain has to get a grip of the team and say, look, let's just again keep it nice and tight, nice and simple. Let's not be losing it all over the pitch. I mean, I know KDB lost it when he came off the pitch, but there was still that temperament, and this is a problem at Anfield. We have that temperament that doesn't suit playing at Anfield, and will that ever change? No, and probably not, because we've had it for many years now. It's just not happened.
See, what I think is when we're under pressure, we wobble. I've seen it all through the season where we're just shocking, and it's exacerbated at Anfield because of the pressure and the quality of your opponent. And I think we were lucky. We were so lucky yesterday. So many chances that Liverpool had. We had a few, but they had so many.
The best thing could have happened is if they won yesterday, but we'd won at Etihad when we should have done as well. So we've both got an extra point then, haven't we? We've both got 3 points. So Arsenal wouldn't be top of the league at the moment. But hey, that's how it is.
Yeah. So. Let's look. There's a couple more incidents. Obviously, you mentioned KDB. KDB not happy about being pulled off. You can see why.
What do you think of that? I mean, was that a right decision?
Well, it's hard.
The decision was to put Kovacic on, which was a necessity.
Yes.
Does that mean pulling KDB off?
I think you could have got away with pulling.
I would have pulled Haaland off and played a false nine.
pull Alvarez off. Well, you would have pulled Haaland off. I'd have pulled Alvarez off.
Alvarez was coming off anyway. He was obviously brought Doku on, didn't he? So you got to bring two off. For me, I would have brought Haaland and Alvarez off.
Well, okay. What I'd have done, I'd have brought one person off. I'd have brought Alvarez off, and I would have put Kovacic on.
Yeah, because that gives us that extra. And I would have said to KDB, he would have still had the attacking intent, but still I'd be able to defend a bit better as well.
Well, I'd have said to KDB, you got 5 minutes, mate.
Yeah.
So you got 5 minutes, and then I'm going to shake it up again.
If it's an all-out attack and we need to score, then yes, Doku's the guy, and he put him on. But why? It was 1-1. We were less likely to win it than they were. Why be so? It's nice being positive, but you got to be positive at the right time.
But I think it's because you want that outlet, because we didn't have an outlet. But why couldn't Pep have said, okay, why couldn't have done it tactically and said, Kovacic, we need to shore up the midfield, okay? That's that. KDB, listen, mate, you're going to have to play a bit different.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I don't bring Doku on because he keeps losing the ball. KDB, whatever you do not lose the ball. That's it. Hold it, don't lose it. But Doku, you got to give him credit. He is an outlet. You can give him the ball.
I thought Doku played very well. I mean, apart from that very end bit, he seemed to do the right thing. And we had a couple of good chances, and we were unlucky. That one hit the post could have gone bloody anywhere, couldn't it? Again, you need a little bit of luck.
I mentioned Foden. How do you think he played yesterday? I was very disappointed.
I thought I wasn't overly impressed, but again, where was he playing? He wasn't. I don't know. He could have done better. He certainly could have done better with that chance. I thought that he fluffed towards the end. Was it I think he was on his wrong foot, and I think I think Alvarez. Was it Alvarez? Oh no, I don't know if he was on the pitch. We won the ball, didn't we? And it ended up with him just on the edge of the 6-yard box. But it was a good block by Kelleher. I thought Kelleher played okay. But I just thought Foden played okay, but not quite as impressive as he should have been, perhaps.
Yeah. I don't think
Bernardo as well. I thought Bernardo started well, and then you sort of second half. You'd be hard pressed to say anyone played really well.
But it was hard the second half because we were all, Liverpool.
Ortega for me was my man of the match just for the fact of the circumstances he had to come into and how he played, and I thought he played okay.
We've got to talk about that penalty appeal. Yes or no? Would you give if it was the other way around? Would have been baying for it.
I'm shocked it wasn't given, mate.
I was surprised,
but it wasn't something. If you look at the pitch, I've bought a couple of papers today, and obviously they've got there's no ball on the pitch, it's just the boot, because the ball's gone. But I mean, it wasn't done. It would just lift rather than go with his head. I don't know if Doku's ever scored a head. I don't know if he's ever scored a heading goal in his life. I don't know. But obviously, you sort of let it bounce, didn't you? And of course,
that was a mistake.
By letting it bounce, obviously, you had to then try and wait for it to come. It wasn't going to come down very quickly. He should have made a better decision. But again, he's not a defender, is he, mate?
Yeah.
That's not. So I'm not going to slag Doku off. But it would have been. We wouldn't have got it. It would have been the other end of Liverpool. It wouldn't have. So I'm just so glad they didn't get it. And we were in the 9th minute at that stage. We played the 8 minutes injury time anyway. So Oliver should have. It'd
have been our just desserts to Liverpool score then.
That's all it is now. All the red top and all the red media are going on about they should have had a penalty and VAR's made a mistake and all this again. It's all about that one incident, which it shouldn't be.
But for that incident, Doku should have hit that on the volley. He might not have got a good touch on it, but he would have basically.
Well, listen, he knows the clock runs on now, and they had the clock in the corner. You could see 8 minutes had gone. It was into the 9th minute. So as soon as you get a chance to whack it, it's over. The game's over. So get it whacked. Again, it's just a bit in there sometimes with footballers.
I don't know why he let it bounce because. That was just crazy because you lose in 2 or 3 seconds. You're the nearest to the ball, and all you've done now is let someone else get in there as well, and it's more difficult. Just get your foot on it on the volley. You wouldn't have got a great clearance, but you would have basically hit it sideways or forwards 10 or 20 yards, and that would have got you out of the danger. So that was bad. One other player I want to mention, the last one, I think. Johnny Stones was great. I mean, even the Arab commentators call him Johnny Stones. They don't call him John Stones. It's Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones, Johnny Stones, Johnny Stones. But Kyle Walker, what did you make of him?
Going forward, absolutely waste of time. Defending, I thought it wasn't too bad actually. I thought it was all. That's what I want him to do. I don't want him going past the halfway line at the moment because
for me, there was a couple of opportunities. There was one where Haaland came to the near post, Katie went to the far post, and Walker was just rubbish with his pass. It was just leathered. There's a couple of opportunities I think we could have done better through Walker, but he's not a crosser of the ball. And you see the difference when you've got Robertson crossing the ball, Bradley what he's doing, and we just we are not going to get that with Gvardiol or Walker. So that but I think I've said it a few times. I think Walker takes this. I'm the fastest person in the Premier League. Okay, I think he takes that.
You say, well, he sort of gives them a start, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, there was one where Diaz was through, and Walker, he didn't start running straight away. He should have been. He was his man, and it was Salah's pass, and Walker was just way out. He was way out of position, and he was sluggish. Then he motored, but I mean, Diaz he should have scored before Walker even caught him up. So there's a couple of times I just thought, he's not playing as a top level professional. And we talked about Van Dijk. Van Dijk wouldn't have behaved like that. And I think that's kind of what separates him from others. And we'll talk about this maybe tomorrow when we look at the players we need want or need in the summer. And I've said it, Walker, he's 33. We need better. We need better. If we're going to use our fullbacks as width, then we need to be able to put crosses in, because at the moment they're one-dimensional. Walker's got pace, but everybody knows he's shocking at crossing. So, and Gvardiol, he's good at controlling the ball and passing it sideways and backwards. He ain't going to take a risk and take you on. That's why we had Cancelo. We had Cancelo because he could go inside, outside, and he had a bit of a shot on him. So I was disappointed with Walker's on a couple of occasions where I just didn't think he was switched on. I didn't think he was switched on. There's a couple of times Diaz bulldozed past him, which he shouldn't have done. But hey, look, end of the day, Liverpool. This is going to be my title of the video. Liverpool were lucky. They were lucky. They're lucky we didn't take our chances, because they deserve to win, I think, overall. But we had the chances. The Doku won, the Foden won. The Foden, could he have passed to Haaland? Haaland wasn't pleased.
There's a couple of defenders knocking around. Well, I've not watched it back, but it was. I think it wasn't simple anyway, was it? It wasn't a dead easy ball, but Haaland will whinge anyway, won't he? Because he probably would have shot over anyway, mate. So I won't worry about it.
Look, end of the day, we got away with the point.
Yeah,
I think very lucky. A lot of pundits still say City's to lose, and I just think we've got Brighton, we've got Spurs. What do you think Spurs are going to do? They're going to be very much like Liverpool. Yeah. So we've got Brighton who'll have a go, Spurs who'll have a go, Arsenal who'll have a go.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, obviously it's a bit away yet, isn't it? Well, the end of the month, isn't it, Arsenal? But that should be a cracking game for the neutral as well, because I don't think Arsenal will be defending.
No. And we realistically got to be looking to win. The pressure's on us. The pressure is on us. But hey,
it's out of our hands now, mate. Arsenal, Liverpool, win all the games, win it. Simple as that.
Absolutely. So we'll have to wait and see, mate. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're lucky to be in there, I think. We're still lucky to still be in there. And we just got to fight till the end of the season, mate. On reflection...
They'll keep fighting. They don't want to, like the fans, we don't want to give it up. But, at the end of the day, eras end, mate, don't they?
Yeah.
But it don't mean that much to us anyway, does it? So why do we worry?
Absolutely. It means more to them, doesn't it? Look, are you happy with the 1-1? Are you happy to get out of there with a point?
Well, I predicted 2-2, didn't I? So, I mean, I really wanted to win. Of course I did. But I was obviously... I can only look at history, and nothing in yesterday's game altered my thoughts of the history of Anfield. And Pep's quite right; they've not done much at the Etihad. They might have got a few more draws than we have, but it's just a place that we don't do very well at, and it'll carry on regardless at the moment, and I don't see it ending.
Yeah. No worries, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, guys, for watching. This is the day after review show on City Fan TV after City have drawn 1-1 over at Anfield, and the title will most likely go down to the wire. See you around, Blues.